Hi, today is Thursday, September 5th, and this is IndigoMoon Aussies with the Something to Talk About litter. They're 7 weeks old today, and it's about 11 o'clock. We're out here before it gets too warm. Who's that sassing over there? I think that's Holler. It's hard for me, I'm gonna move, it's hard for me to see through the camera and see them. Let me get in a little shadier spot. Okay, there in the corner is Whisper way back there, and sitting by, just walking past us is Rafi, and then just sitting, that's now joining the running group with the black spot on his head, that's Rapper. Holler is the one that has a little bit of white. It's actually in his collar and just a little bit into his ear. And as you can see, they have a pool of water that kind of go in and out. They've had baths, but they don't stay clean. They're doing really good. I'm gonna do one later. I'm by myself, so I'm not gonna do one with Beyonce right now, but she's spending a lot of time. She's doing a really good job correcting them with biting. She is letting them nurse, but they have sharp teeth and sharp claws, even though we are dremeling. All of these puppies have been exposed several times to the big dryer that I use for dog shows, to the Dremel, to brushes, to spray, everything. They're used to being up on the grooming table, so they're very accustomed to it. In fact, we have to put, whoever we're not working on, we have to put in the X-Pen because they'll all try to jump at the table. Because they do get treats at this age. I do positive reinforcement, and they get a treat for being good. And then eventually, as they mature, you know, they might, you know, like Shimmer, she's 7 months, I guess. She might get a treat when we're done. But she doesn't get treated throughout the whole process because by now that's just, you know, behavior that we expect of them. At this age, we like to really encourage them that it's a positive experience being groomed. They're brushed, I handle their feet, I open their mouth, I look in their ears and clean their ears. So, ooh. Did he get you, Rafi, or did you get him? I missed it. They travel via basket, and then sometimes they follow us. But again, if I'm alone, the outside of this yard, as you can see, there's a lot of outside kennels and cross fencing that we just use mostly in the winter when the weather's permitting. But they're too fast, and I just feel like they could escape, so I use the basket rather than have them follow me. And they're doing pretty good. They're all really responsive. Oh, Holler, you're so cute. He had the cutest look on his face. And look at that trot that Rapper just did. He has got stunning movement already, just absolutely stunning. He's very, I was trying to think of the word when I did this last video, and he's a very, my husband said arrogant, but I don't see it as arrogant. He just has this aura, this sense of, you know, he's very proud. There, let me put the camera on him. There he is right there. He's just very proud, you know, very distinguished. He's just really got that energy. Each of them have something a little bit different. Holler we call our baby, although as you can see by his size, he is by no stretch. There he is next to Holler, and there's very little difference in size. I mean, very little. And Holler was more than twice his size when they were born. Now Whisper, she's a female, so she's still a little smaller. We still haven't made any final decisions on Holler. Hey, that was Holler. That was a beautiful trot too, on Holler or Rapper. We have a lot of people, and one thing, if you watch this video, is that we do not sell puppies simply for the purpose of breeding. If you're active, if you have a ranch or a farm, and your dogs are herding and they have a useful purpose, if you're, you know, competing in performance events or conformation, then that's fine. But I have gotten so many calls and emails about people that they're not doing anything but breeding, and that's just not what, to me, breeding is all about. You know, I don't see it as an income, and anything that we may or may not profit from goes right back into the program. You know, we always need a new crate or another pen, or we use it for showing the next generation, getting them out there. So to me, breeding just for the sake of breeding, that's not, you know, that's not what I was mentored. That's not the breeders before me. That isn't how they operated, and that's not how I operate. Now, as far as a pet home, that's completely different, because that's a spay or neuter contract, and I'm okay with that. I see nothing wrong. I really love the look in expression on Rapper's face. There's nothing wrong. A pet, you know. And every one of these puppies, I mean, we only had 4. They all are show quality. Rafi has this just special something about him. Now, he has the least amount of white. His front legs are marked exactly like Rico. It sure didn't stop Rico from being ranked in the top 5. So, and he does have white. His head is just, I mean, and face is just really, really gorgeous. His structure is perfect. These are much like Rico as far as they tend to be a little bit shorter back, going back to Sunny, our foundation sire. That's Whisper chewing on the ball. And I've had a lot of people, I guess my website was confusing because we were originally going to keep a male. That was our plan. But as we watched Whisper that first week, we just felt that, you know, unless there's extenuating circumstances, keep the pick of the litter. We know this is Beyonce's last litter, and so that therefore it's the last cross between these two, and we couldn't have asked for more versatile, more amazing pups. Whisper just grew on us. Her markings, her face, she has a really stamped look about her. Gypsy's a beautiful bitch. She's out of the same cross. I feel that Gypsy in the face and head tends to favor Beyonce. Not that I don't like Beyonce's head, but I like Rico a little bit better. To me, it's a little bit more of an elegant head that Rico has, a little more refined. Well, I shouldn't say refined, because he's anyone that's seen him in person, he's anything but feminine, that's for sure. He's a very, very masculine dog. But he has a Roman head is what I would call it. And Whisper just has a little bit different look to her. And of course we have the advantage of looking back at the prior movies and videos we've made and pictures to make comparisons. So we are keeping Whisper. That decision is final. And right now, again, I've had a lot of inquiries. Rafi is sold. He's going to be joining his sister. Look at that trot. That is just, see, that now that's Rafi. And he is going to a companion home, but he was just absolutely beautiful, flawless movement we just saw. So we have to, I know I've talked about the stupid tree, but I have to bring him out here. Our weather has cooled down a little bit, and I have to get him out here. Even though they do have a big run, they still enjoy all the toys. And, you know, they've ventured on the slide. Of course, whenever they do anything super funny or exciting, I never have my camera. Rafi's got a prize. He enjoys getting prizes. He has a favorite bear that he plays with. Hey! Hey, Holler! And Rafi is hilarious. He's not... Now, he'll talk to me like when he first sees me, he'll talk a little bit. But he's not a noisy pup at all. Your Rapper's a little bit noisier. I would say Whisper is the noisiest of the group, truthfully. She makes all these moaning and groaning sounds. But if Rafi gets hot, if we're out here long enough, it's pretty cool. It's about 78 degrees, which, considering it was in the 90s a few days ago, that's cool. But Rafi doesn't make much fuss unless he gets hot. And then he's, and it's almost like he's saying, I'm hot, I'm hot, I'm hot, I'm hot. So I always know when it's time to go in when Rafi lets me know. Whisper kind of moans and groans. In fact, my son just asked me, now that's Holler, and I believe that's Rapper right there, and then that's Holler. what I'm looking through is when I'm looking through the camera screen, it makes them look far away so I can't see them. And if I take my eyes off and look at them, I found when I look back on the videos, the camera's all over the place, and I'm sure that's not pleasant for anyone. So we're really happy. They go back to the vet tomorrow. They've been seen several times, which is our protocol. And we check for heart murmurs. We do fecal checks. They're wormed regularly. And they usually have had 2 vaccinations before they leave here. And sometimes, depending, they get that 3rd one. We can't really do much socializing outside the house until they've had that 3rd vaccine, so we try to get as many people. Luckily, I have a teenage son, and he has friends over all the time, and I always say, okay, you can spend the night, but you have to come and see the puppies, and no one is showing anything but curiosity, friendliness. That's Holler. Holler, don't get your head stuck in there. So Holler's kind of we call him our little boy, but he's not really a little boy. He's kind of our little sweet guy. He's kind of a mellow guy, although he does get feisty. I mean, keep in mind, these are Aussie puppies, and the lines they come from tend to be very animated, go, 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 go. They all mellow out as they mature and turn into wonderful companions. Look, I just want us to see that movement from Rafi. That was just so perfect. Look at that nice trot. Now, he broke his trot, but typical of puppies. So be prepared. I mean, they are puppies. They do bite. They will chew things up. You know, we're pretty well puppy-proofed at our house. And we do teach them no. And we have a variety of methods that we use. And they're a pretty responsive group. We don't have any, I wouldn't say, now that's beautiful right there of Rapper. He's moving towards us with Rafi behind him. And that's Holler in the pool. And then that's Whisper right there. She's got her back to us. Look at that face on Holler. Holler just has the sweetest, sweetest face. And he's the one that I was talking the other day. Oh, I know what it was. My husband was trying to imitate me in singing, and they were all looking at him so funny because he does not sing. And Holler was just tilting his head back and forth, but it was too late. By the time I got the battery in the camera, we had missed it. I would say, trouble-wise, Whisper's she kind of goes both ways. She's real easy to manage, and they all have done really well. That's Rapper right there. They all have done really well. They will fight us for about 45 seconds. Let's see, they're going over here now. They've got a ball, so they're all going to take turns getting it. And we put the chairs and stuff deliberately so that it just encourages them, their confidence, by jumping over things and going under things. That's why the ladder's tipped over. That's deliberate, so they can maneuver through things. We just feel it just stimulates their confidence. Hey, Rafi, you came to say hi to Mom? Hi, baby. So there's not really a troublemaker in the group. Whisper can be, like I said, she can be a little noisy at times, but she likes to be held, and it's more like moaning and groaning. Now they have a swimming pool full of water, but they've chose to swim once again in the bucket. So half my day is spent toting fresh water and cleaning their sheets. They don't potty on their sheets, but that's Whisper tilting her head over the airplane. Whisper, you're so cute. But they drag dirt and straw in, so I sweep it out. And then after this, they'll go into where Shimmer and Gypsy are crated, and they have air conditioning in the room, and they have a doggy door they can go outside if they need to, and then they'll have their lunch. They're starting to get at least one dry meal a day, and they get food left to them overnight. Look at that. Now, see, that's where I've got to see who that is. From the back, it's hard to tell. Okay, that's got to be Holler. What he's doing is there's a ball. He got it. there was a scrap of something, a ball, and it was on the other side of the fence, and he pawed until he got it. Good job. Good job, Holler. Whisper, I'm not talking to you, Moany Groany. Moany Groany girl. Moany Groany girl. I love the ear sets on this litter. Perfect ear sets, but I do recommend if, you know, for showing, or if you just want that perfect look, you know, that you might need to glue some of them. They go through their little funky, they're teething really bad right now, and then they'll start to teeth again around 12 to 14 weeks, it depends. That was a beautiful trot by Rapper that we just saw. So I have not seen any bad movement from these puppies, other than they'll break their trot. Now he's gonna brave the water, see, he's going for the ball. He's trying to figure out, how do I get that? You can do it, big boy. You can do it, big boy. Look at that. They're just so fun to watch. You can do it, big boy. If you can't get it, bark at it. That's a way. Love it. He wants that ball so bad. Now I could get up and give it to him, but I'd rather watch his strategy. And oh my goodness, look at the focus on that pup. That's a very engaged pup. That's something you look for, I feel, in a show dog, is focus on something, on a toy, engaged. Now he did give it up, but he's only 7 weeks old too. But he was pretty intent, and he was using his mind. Aussies are problem-solving dogs, breeds, I should say, a breed. And that is amazing as they mature and learn to control some of that. But it can make them a handful when they're young, because if you don't keep them busy, they're going to figure out ways. And it may, like, I came home one day and one of my pups, not these guys, one of them that was about 5 months old, that had been trustworthy in the kitchen. See, he's back to that ball, or he's going to get a toy. There's several toys in there. He's going to get him something. You can do it. Now the ball's right by him. He should be able to get it. You can do it. Good job. He got it. Now he's got to figure out how to get out. Oh, he dropped it. They're just really fun to watch. So that's Rapper that's doing that. And anyways, I came home, and one of the pups that I had that had been trustworthy in the kitchen had shredded my vertical blinds. But what he did was, his name was Kane. He shredded them all the way across the patio door, like almost as though he had a pair of scissors evenly. And I came home and I was like, oh my gosh, what have you done? But it was funny. I mean, I was a little upset because they are expensive. But what cracked me up is how or why, what possessed him to decide to make just this vertical cut, you know, or I shouldn't say vertical, I'm sorry, I should say vertical blinds, and make a horizontal cut so they were almost as even as if he had used a pair of scissors. I thought that was pretty weird. You'd think that he would just pull them all down and tear them up, but that isn't what he did. He just shredded them like, you know, I'd like to be able to see outside, so I'm going to go ahead and shorten these blinds for you. So, oh yeah, we've had them climb up on chairs and get up on shelvings and do all kinds of fun stuff. Another beautiful trot there. I believe that was Holler first. And there we go. See the intensity of that pup? Rapper is, that intensity, when channeled correctly, is going to make him a fabulous dog at performance, or I really feel confirmation. He is so gorgeous. He has such beautiful bones, such a beautiful head, beautiful copper markings, great structure. He's probably not going to give it up till something happens. He gives it up for a minute and then he remembers. Let's watch him walk. There's Rafi, and of course they're puppies, so they run. I mean, we when we judge the movement, we judge it when they do a show trot, and then they break their trot, which is typical. But when you see a puppy at this age and you never can see them do a trot, you know, they're pacing constantly or they're always looking off, then you know that you can usually tell beforehand because there's something off with the structure. And I've gone over all these pups and I haven't seen anything, you know, again, having 4, maybe if I had 8, I might have a couple that I said, well, I don't like their shoulder layback, or, you know, I don't feel they have enough neck. All these puppies have really nice neck and great shoulder layback. Looks like they're going to have great fronts. That's Whisper there by the pole. They're entertaining for me. They're getting more and more. They had about probably 3 days that they only got to come out about 7 o'clock. It's just too hot. Right, Rafi? You tell me when it's too hot and you're ready to go in. So then when they go in, they'll be in the air conditioning, and we have a crate with the door bungeed open in there. Hey, Rapper. Rafi's gonna beat you to that toy. So they can stay cool inside in the air conditioning, or they can go out the doggy door, play outside, do their business. That area, the dog run there, it's probably hard to see in this light. It's hard for me to see through this camera, but it's pretty well covered from predators, and it's a pretty good space for running. I'm not going to help you, Rapper. You got to figure it out, boy. I know. You can do it, though. Whisper, show him how it's done. Whisper was the first one to jump in the pool, but I don't really think she knew what she was doing. All the bites are looking great. The vet agrees that, you know, she's usually pretty good at looking at the alignment of the jaw to give me an indication, you know, if there's one that we need to watch for the bite. And Rico and Beyonce have not thrown a bad bite. Nothing but a beautiful scissors bite. Not even an even. There they go. There's Rafi. Rafi, how about the swimming pool? Hey, not so rough, guys. Rafi. Swimming pool, Rafi. Swimming pool. You puppies are silly. Well, that's about it. So they're 7 weeks old today. IndigoMoon Aussies. Something to talk about, litter. Rafi just took a tumble behind us, and we sure appreciate you watching. Thanks. Say goodbye, puppies. Say bye, Holler. Bye, Rafi. Rafi. He's gonna get a toy and show his brother he can do it. Thanks. Bye.